Oxford. You heard happen. I mean, that don't
Oxford
happen.
United.
That don't happen here, yo.
Not these parts.
Yeah. But yeah, people should go like read up on the story and know what's going on in the sport. Okay, Caesar, where are we at? Hour 20? All right. Your boy Colin Kaepernick, him and Eric Reed have settled their collusion lawsuit against the NFL. The lawyers for the athlete and the league said Friday, this is last week, Kaepernick and former teammate Eric Reed, who both took knees during the national anthem before games in 2016 as a way to protest against police brutality. This says systematic racism. Well, I guess that's the same thing. Part of the same thing. Have filed a grievance against the league for allegedly colluding against them to keep them from playing. Obviously, Eric Reed got back in the league last season, but Kaepernick is still out of the league. They said that one of the stipulations, Kaepernick's 31. He's been he hasn't played in 2 years. He played 6 years for the 49ers. But one of the biggest stipulations of this settlement was they can't reveal the amount of money. So I've seen like speculation. I've seen 20 million. I saw 60 million. I don't know which one's the truth, but yeah, the lawsuit was settled. Kaepernick's lawyer, obviously Colin Kaepernick hasn't really said much in the media, but his lawyer came out. Okay, his lawyer came out and said that he may end up playing for the Panthers or the Patriots. Now, my question to you, Caesar, is he a sellout if he goes back and plays after the settling that lawsuit?
Hell yeah! Are you kidding me? I thought the settlement was whack in general. I'm gonna keep it real because I think that because let's take three avenues in this in terms of what the situation is. We're talking about since Kaepernick has begun this, he became on a quest to be. He emerged as like almost like a figurehead for African Americans and injustices that occurred to them in the football league and also across the nation, across the board, whether it's police violence, everything. He was a figure point, a spearhead. He's part of the Nike campaign. He was the face of everything, embodying that the Black Power and Afro. Everything was going on in that order, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that if there's three avenues, I'm just gonna keep it real. If you and we're talking about historically people in the past who've been African Americans who've been big time in terms of trying to make a change and make an impact, right? We're talking about these people because let's keep it real. In this generation, he's kind of like in like the recent years, he's kind of like the face, like popularity wise, of this kind of like movement kind of thing that's going on. He's kind of the face of it.
Is this still number one?
I'm getting to that.
Okay,
relax. Okay. Just go stare at the fan or some shit.
Okay.
So my thing is just like I thought that like this would be a good place for, even if you wrote out you wrote out the lawsuit against the NFL and you lost. Public opinion had been like, well, yeah, of course you lost.
So you feel like it was a money grab?
I thought like it was kind of whack. They took the money route to get out because it's like even if you lost the case, no one's gonna be like, oh yeah, well see, justice prevailed and they proved him wrong. He was incorrect. They'd have been like, of course he lost. You know, NFL's a machine. Blah, blah, blah. They got all this billions. He's a player. I would have been like, yeah, you're not gonna beat them, but I appreciate you trying.
Yeah, and then
you went out there.
You see the case in public.
You rode Goodell all the way up. Just as like if you could get Goodell in that damn courtroom talking on a mic, you fucking won. Yeah. That day you won. Like it doesn't matter. You won right there. Yeah. And when they're making that 30 for 30 crap, you're gonna have Goodell over there talking on a mic. Speaking on why the owners were actually not signing him because of his talent level or some BS.
Jones in them.
You gotta see the guy. The Texans owner said it's a state, the prison, whatever he called it.
Okay, so I feel that. Okay,
that's my avenue. Number two, if
I'm trying to help you out.
Number two, I think number two, a big way to do it was if you don't have stipulations upon what is released. You don't have stipulations regarding the release regarding the lawsuit, and there's not your lawyer talking about you might play for the Patriots or Panthers. Like that's not what this is like necessarily about. Yes, we're all upset that you're not playing for teams, right? Why the fuck is your lawyer coming over here telling me for some damn team you're gonna play for? Is your lawyer Adam Schefter? I don't care about your lawyer and revealing what teams they might be low-key talking to. Yeah. The lawyer should have been like, well, now he's back and he's going to be in the free agency market. And we're going to see how it goes from there. But hopefully something happens. And then if it happens, then there's a feel-good feeling after that. Like, oh, look, he went to free agency. Off-season's here. He got signed. Boom, we're here. You're telling me he might be on teams that already have star quarterbacks that are already going to be there. Like, you're telling me, like, it just feels weird to me. It feels whack.
I mean, I feel like, especially going back to the first one too. Like when the NFL settles, they're not admitting guilt.
No, a settlement is not admission of guilt. Yeah. The same thing with the CTE situation. It's not admission of guilt.
No, it's not.
No, it's just like
it's just like, here, take this money and shut up.
To me, that avenue is the quickest way for us to forget and move on. Mm-hmm. That's how the settlement is, because that's just how it is. Me, I'm like, okay, like you, if it's $60 million, whatever it is, like, look, I know this is not fair. I know it's not fair, but don't be in my life talking about you're a freedom fighter or whatever's going on if you're not a freedom fighter.
Yeah, you took that money.
Because you took the money, dog. It just like there's people in the past, you know.
What if he breaks the contract?
Literally, this happened on Black History Month. And all month long, one of my favorite Instagram pages, Free Discussion Society, has dropped countless names talking about people who had a major impact in not only African American life, just American lives in general, historical lives around the world. So I think that, like, I'm not putting him there, but I feel like a lot of people like to put him in that area.
Yeah, for sure.
And when the Kaepernick starts happening, we start talking about him. Remember that beginning of Rising? And we're like, I mean, is he really about this life? Blah, blah, blah. There was already a discussion in the beginning. Now we're seeing black jerseys with his name on it, and it's like Black Power thing going on. So it's like, hey, man, if you're going to be along with those people, it's just like, it really means a lot to me, personally, just me being selfish, that you ride out the wave. Your failure and success is not determined by a damn mallet of some judge who doesn't care about this or doesn't see the bigger picture. He's just reading out the documents from a plaintiff and a defendant, and he's going off of that. You bringing Goodell in there, you bringing everybody. What's the old guy's name? What was the previous commissioner?
Tagley Boo.
Bring Tagley Boo back, but we ain't doing nothing.
Bring Condoleezza Rice.
Yeah, bring Condoleezza Rice because she was a nominee.
Bring Jimmy Haslam, the owner of the Browns, who got ran down by the feds.
Bring him out.
Bring the guy from the Colts who was riding around with the pills in the car.
Bring them all. Bring Jim Irsay from the Colts.
Riding around with pills and guns or something.
I don't know how I know Jim Irsay. Jim Irsay, get over here.
He was over here running pills.
Yeah, bring them all in here.
Got ran down on by the state troopers. He had pills.
Slanging Adderall pills in the back. Bring them all in, because that day is a win in history. Like, if you're about this life, that should be when you can go home to your wife and say, you know what, look, like, you know, I'm not throwing this football right now. Maybe, like, I'm not doing this. This costs a lot of money, but I think that we show that you don't give up, you don't accept, and you don't do this. Now, if he'd be like, well, I wasn't trying to do that. Cool, didn't. Take down that, because you're not about that life right now. Like, to me, you're not about that life. Don't be doing this campaign, encouraging this and that, and standing up and rising against, but then taking settlements. That's just the whack to me. Like, when people get upset about people taking settlements in terms of, like, criminal cases, that's different to me. That's different. But when you're talking about something that you're going one-on-one against a corporation that's notoriously been known for some racist and shady business dealings, and you took a settlement, that's lame to me. That's my final point. I'm not trying to attack Kaepernick, but I'm just saying that
there you are.
I'm not trying to attack him. I just think that his action was whack to me.
Okay. Another thing I think is kind of whack too. Like, I remember, like, the whole Super Bowl, like, who's playing in the Super Bowl thing came up, and, like, I'm like, yo, dude, like, he got his girlfriend Vanessa and Ebro is, like, talking for him. I'm like, yo, like,
talking on what? Why he's like silent? Why is it some enigma? Is he an enigma to me?
Like,
is that what he is?
Like, I don't really like.
Is he just like this?
I can't really pretend that. Is
you think he was in bed like, oh no, tell Ebro he wet.
Yeah, no, like Ebro and his girlfriend, who both work at the Hot 97, are like his spokespeople, and I'm like, they're like attacking people online. They're attacking Big Boy and Travis Scott, whatever. And I'm just like, yo, like, I want to hear from the dude that was in the commercial. Like, I don't like. How am I supposed to know that what Ebro or what Vanessa is saying is even what he thinks? Because if they say something wrong, is he gonna come out and say, like, no, that's not actually what I thought? Like,
wasn't he like on ESPN magazine cover something like that? Wasn't he like that? Like, during this era? Wasn't he something
the naked
big?
one?
Wasn't he something like that? He was in something big, right? Some
Yeah,
kind
he
of
was
cover.
in the naked joint.
He was
some years back, like 5 years ago.
That was recent. But then more recently, he was in something big too. He did a big sprint somewhere.
I can't remember.
Like, there's like this like weird thing where it's like we gotta pretend like he's some like ghostly figure.
Yeah,
that's like too busy to be here, and like
a part of me feels like they're better than us.
Like, am I supposed to believe that he's just out like in like Somalia individually handing out like help to people? Like no, dog. Like, you got a phone, you have a voice, and and you literally you have a voice.
And
like,
we want to hear from you
when you speak.
Yeah,
like, we're listening.
The power.
We're all listening.
This is another thing too. Like,
your lawyers making statements for what team you're gonna play
for the second time. There's another thing too. Like, there's power in the media, and obviously the outlets can manipulate things and take things wherever they want it.
Yeah.
But when you don't express yourself, like, you're giving them license to make up things for you. And the one thing I remember, this kind of bugged me. When Marshawn Lynch I guess it was before the Super Bowl, or like his like press conference, he would just be like, "I'm here so I don't get fined." I'm like, dude, this is totally different from Kaepernick. This
Absolutely.
is like, I'm like, yo, like, you're a public figure. You're getting paid a lot. You don't get paid for running the ball down the field. You get paid because media covers you running the ball down the field. Like, the players got under, and then what's his name? Kevin Durant recently like went off on the media. I'm like, dog, like, you get paid because of the media. Everybody around the country dribbling the ball up and down the court. You get paid because somebody's covering you dribbling the ball up and down the court. So the players and some people, and also I think Kaepernick too, but this is a little bit different. I'll go back to Kaepernick. The players need to understand, like, the media is vital for your profession. That's the most vital thing. Kaepernick, I'm like, dog, I don't know him personally, obviously. I don't know, like, the strategic nature of what he's doing without
There's
making a
definitely
statement.
some kind of plan.
But
what they're doing.
But
it's planned.
I would rather hear
it's navigated.
I guess.
It's navigated in a calculated way.
I hope so. But I'd rather hear from you than like Nessa and Ebro at Hot 97. I'd rather hear from you because you're the one that made the sacrifice. You're the one that made the
I don't want to hear from his camp.
No, I want to hear from you. And if you don't have really much to say, then why are they speaking for you?
His lawyer, Nessa, Ebro, I don't like it. None of them. Look, when it comes to being an individual who's trying to bring about change, because you were speaking on what I felt were human rights abuses that police officers were doing. Constitutional abuse.
We've seen them videos.
Terrible things happen to kids.
Run down on Tamir Rice.
People, not only black but all races in America, were being abused constantly on the regular.
Richard Schumer, Florida. Look him up. I think that was his name.
The dude that the dog was attacking him
in Utah. Yeah, that white guy. Look at a dog attack in Utah.
You know, you were willing to speak on that, but the one thing that was important, because now it's the conclusion of this big lawsuit of what's going on here. It's over now.
Literally, we can say. I'm sorry. We can say definitively that the NFL did not collude against you.
Yeah,
because it's over now.
You agreed on legitimate.
It's over now.
Like, to me, like that's like honestly really whack to me. And you know,
Muhammad Ali went to jail.
I'll just be real in here.
Martin Luther King went to jail.
When his first Mandela did, when I first started listening to this, I was like kind of skeptical on what he was doing, and I'm not trying to undermine like what he's done.
He did make a big sacrifice.
He did make a big sacrifice, and I was like, "Yo, is he really about this life?" I'm like, "Hey, he might be caught. Who knows what's going on?" Like, because I was like, you know, just a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, he was in the club over there wilding out. So what happened? Like, did he have an accident? You're like, I gotta turn my life around. But you know, you made a big stance, and I never hated on him for that. Like, look, me too. I was like, yo,
he did that for all of us.
You sacrificed all that. Like, you sacrificed all of it. Like, there was no reason why you weren't going to be playing anymore. You were doing fine. You're very decent. Like, it was cool. You did that, and I thought that to lead to this is like almost like that sound, like wah wah wah, like you know what I mean, like
that.
Yeah, because it's just like all these people that are writing for you, all these people that kind of look like were like looking to you. People online going super hard for Kaepernick every year. I mean, god damn it, it's true. You got Kirk Cousins getting $80 million contracts here, and
every time they bring up Colin
Kaepernick, I'm like, how he didn't decide? I agreed. I'm like,
absolutely,
for real.
Yeah, Nate
absolutely.
And
I feel like Christian Ponder's still on the team somewhere.
Ponder. It's Migos.
Yeah, it was a banger. But, I just think that, like, to end it like this, it's just like, come on, dog, I mean, I guess get it while you get it. And also, just stop, like you said, having other people speak up on you is really whack, because it's really important that you address your actions, because this is about you.
Yeah.
Ebro's not sacrificing his career. Nessa's not sacrificing his career. Your lawyer's not sacrificing his career. They're representing them. They're speaking upon you, but they're not personally liable. Yeah. They're not personally getting their lives affected by it.
Yeah.
Like, they may have changed in life, but you, sir, your name is attached to this. Yeah. We're talking about Kaepernick every week.
Yeah.
So you are about this, so you need to talk and go on there and be like, look, he should have put a video out like he did before for stuff and said, this is the conclusion of what happened. Reasons for my action. If you don't want to give reasons, cool. Just say this is what happened, and hopefully be playing for the Patriots Panthers and close it. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
He's done, I'm done. He's done, I'm done.
Yeah, just say I'm still trying to play.
Just don't. I'm sorry, though. Like, at the conclusion of this, relax on where you're putting him in terms of what he was doing for the movement. Because to me, it was like...
Did he lose that freedom fighter status?
For now. I'm gonna keep it. It's pending right now. It's on juvie right now. It's on parole. It's on parole because, damn, I'm so happy I'm able to determine that. But like what I've done. Okay, so like it's on parole because you ran the race, but you didn't finish the mile.
Ooh.
To me, I'm like, you did 3 laps, yo. You didn't get the last lap in. It's really whack to me. It's like this. You couldn't wait till March to do this crap. You settled in Black History Month. You wanted to settle with the NFL?
No, I care about Black History Month except for me. Okay, Caesar, last